In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to double your damage by going from these to these with just one gem and two items. This is Exhausta and welcome to the Magic Find Academy. In the Affliction League, GGG revealed a lot of changes to skill gems, introducing the new transfigured gems and removing all alternative quality types. With this new gem system, Tornado Shot received a very important buff. Even if all the helmet enchants were removed, the +1 secondary projectile that we usually got from the helmet enchant is now provided by Tornado Shot gem quality itself, making it so much cheaper to start playing Tornado Shot. Because of this, we can now scale the number of secondary projectiles by just investing into gem quality. Let's find out all the possible ways to do this. The first item that comes to mind is the Gem Enhance support. You can either run level 4 Enhance, which provides 24% quality, or the very expensive level 5 Awakened Enhance with 32% quality. Now, with these gems, we get to secondary projectile number 5. Next up, we have Ashes of the Stars, which was sadly recently nerfed by removing the increased reservation efficiency of skills, but the 30% quality of all skill gems is still extremely good for our strategy, and as you can see, you can get up to 6 total projectiles when using level 4 Enhance, and 7 total secondary projectiles when using level 5 Awakened Enhance. The next and last piece of the puzzle is an influenced rare body armor with the Elder prefix +1 to level of socketed support gems, which increases the level of our Awakened Enhance from 5 to 6, obtaining a total of 40% bonus to quality, which alone is already +2 secondary projectiles. That's pretty good. Now, the +10% quality of socketed support gems is also pretty nice for damage, but not really mandatory at all. The other important modifier on the item is the elevated Shaper or Warlord +1 to level of socketed skill gems, and more importantly, +10% quality of socketed skill gems, which brings Tornado Shot from 20% quality to 30%. Crafting such a body armor is expensive but pretty easy, because the entire process is deterministic. First off, you want to pick an Elder influenced base and get the +1 to support gems along with any other influence modifier. You can do this by alteration spamming, chaos spamming, but the fastest way, not necessarily the cheapest, but the fastest, is to reforge attack with Harvest. The only attack modifier that you can get on an Elder body armor is the influenced mod Attacks have extra critical strike chance, so you can deterministically obtain that each time you reroll, and whenever you get the +1 to support gems in addition, you simply use your Orb of Dominance hoping to elevate the right modifier. In a very similar way, you must prepare a second Shaper influenced base and reforge Caster until you get Dispel critical strike chance and +1 to socketed skill gems. At that point, you again slam your Orb of Dominance and pray for the correct mod to be picked. After you obtained both the bases with a single elevated influenced modifier, you can use the Awakener's Orb to merge the two modifiers into a single new item. Let's do some simple math together to see the final results and build options. With the cheapest setup, we have 20% quality from Tornado Shot Gem, 24 plus 8% from level 4 Enhance and the Elder influenced +1 to support gems, and 30% quality from Ashes of the Stars for a grand total of 82% quality. Instead, with the high budget setup, we ran 20 plus 10% quality from Tornado Shot Gem and the Shaper influenced plus 10% to quality of skill gems. Then we got 32 plus 8% from level 5 Enhance and the Elder influenced +1 to support gems, and 30% from Ashes of the Stars for a grand total of 100% quality and 8 secondary projectiles. This can go even crazier in Standard League with the Legacy Helmet Enchant +2 secondary projectiles to Tornado Shot for a total of 10 secondary projectiles. That's really insane. Now, this tornado shot tech that I showed you today has some important limitations. Ashes of the Stars gets to directly compete against crystallite omniscience or the simplex amulets with 20% quantity and 100% rarity. In the same way, a rare body armor gets to compete against Grid's Embrace, Hyrie's Ire, and other unique options. So there really should be a balance between the number of secondary projectiles you want, the magic find you care about, and the damage of your single secondary projectile. Whatever your choice will be, never ever underestimate how important the number of secondary projectiles is. People used to consider Tornado Shot completely unplayable without the helmet enchant, and GGG took its time to nerf the original helmet enchant plus 2 secondary projectiles to be just plus 1, which was considered a massive nerf back in the days. Before concluding this video, I want to give you guys a final thought about Awakened Fork support with some of my own tips and tricks. Many players do not allocate any passive skill inside the tree for fork. I think this is a mistake. I really like both split shot and forking angle. To better explain why I like forking angle so much, you should take in consideration some close layout. Let's say you have a room which is opened and you hit with a tornado shot tack. Now you have 4 projectiles, right? One projectile will enter the room like this and will kill one of the monsters. At that point, the projectile will split and will hit other 2 monsters. But following next, what happens with the second hit of Tornado Shot is that you can kill one extra monster inside the room, but if there are any monsters that are more like split behind some walls, you may fail at hitting those, right? Well, let's see the same exact condition but with forking angle. With the first hit, you hit the monster in front of the door, then you hit the monsters that are a bit more laterally positioned behind the walls, and then with the following hits, you just can end up killing all of the other monsters, all of this without entering the room. Without forking angle, you couldn't do this. You should have entered the room to kill the remaining 2 monsters. I think that for clearing, forking angle can be really useful when you play close layouts. As always, guys, I want to give a special thank to all of my supporters in the Magic Find Academy Discord. My next video will probably be about the Magic Find build, both low budget and high budget for league play. Until then, have fun with your Tornado Shot builds and Merry Christmas!